reflect those of Yoakley Scott Corporation and your sports network.
Yeah, I've been closer to Jesus before, so can you help me out? Oh, can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? But can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Can you help me out? I've been scared to look in my soul. I've been afraid I would follow the road. Yeah, afraid of the things I've been told.
And
30, folks, and his mind is already going. It's
30.
already losing it. At 30 years old, he's already gone.
It's gone. I apologize for the late start. We started for 6 minutes, and I realized never hit the go live button. Ran the intro, uploaded some videos for our post game interviews so we can run them, and I never hit go live. What can
We're
you-
here now, and
I think we noticed it though.
to recap what we said real quickly, just a preview of the show. We'll have
the show over. Yeah.
we'll go and we have a recap of tonight's games, post-game interviews and such. We're going to have 2 live interviews with Brett Green of Boardman Girls, Nick Miller of Beaver Local Boys today, as well as picking 33 games over the course of the weekend tonight and tomorrow between me and Anthony, as I am still trailing by 4. We split last night's 2 picks. So back into it. My game first, and what we were talking about before is Waterloo making the statement victory on
Oh
McDonald.
man. 40-13, Waterloo put their foot down, and this was a 9-6 game after 1 quarter of play. So you're watching it. I'm watching the scores because it started before my game. I believe it tipped off at around 6:15, somewhere around there. So I'm getting ready for my game. I'm watching the scores, and I'm like, 9-6 after 1 quarter. This should be a pretty competitive game. Oh, Waterloo said, not tonight. No. What was the difference between the first quarter? And then what really drove them second through fourth quarter to really run away with this game and win emphatically against McDonald 40-13.
There was 4 minutes of no scoring to open up the first quarter, too. So both these teams were kind of jockeying for position, trying to go through defense. And credit McDonald's defense, because McDonald's defense, and Coach Loganecker will tell you, too, played very, very well last night still. And it was more or less, I think, Waterloo kind of started figuring out the way to score on McDonald, and they were able to create some holes because they started moving the ball a lot more efficiently. And that was the biggest thing is McDonald, when they tried to move the ball around, Waterloo did a great job of filling in those passing lanes. They cut off a lot of passes. Rose Couts was a ball hawk, so was Kara English. I think Couts had 4 steals. English, I think, had 7 on the night. So you look at that and what they were able to do just defensively on all straight ball hawking ability. Pair that with the fact that they all move the ball with what Lily Foster can do passing, what Kara English can do passing, what Mazer can do passing, and then what Kaylee Webb can do coming off the bench. But then you have Rose Couts, who was the player of the game, and they have multiple girls that can handle the ball and play point guard, but you have your one true point guard in Couts. And the biggest thing with Couts, worked out, like she'll say in her interview, she worked with Kyle Shockley. She worked with some of these big names, Brooke Haley Waldeck of this team, and got a lot better. And she's playing a very good point guard. She knows when to take them for her own points, and she knows when to give them off. And this team passes the ball so well. And I said these kind of statement victories, it's going to go a long way for them eventually making it on the power rankings.
I put that out in the Twitterverse as well. So it's funny that you said that on the broadcast. I put it out in a tweet as I quoted the tweet, the final score graph, and I said, this might just be something that cracks Waterloo into that top 10. And what a monumentous step that would be for their program. I know they don't really watch power, and they're not really, whether they're top 10 or not, they're going to go do their business. But from Waterloo's perspective, this is kind of like straight karma, because this week has been 2 teams that have been just smacking Waterloo around for the last 4 years because of the talent that Western Reserve and McDonald both had. Now Waterloo gets a win over both of them. Close on Monday, 41-31, and not close at all on Thursday night with the 40-13 win over McDonald. But those were the two teams that Waterloo really could not compete with the last 4 years. They were under the thumb. That's the phrase I've been using about those two teams. They just could not really figure out the puzzle. And now they kind of get to flex their muscles a little bit and put their best foot forward against these two teams that have had their number.
It's interesting you say that because it's not you look at those scores too. Waterloo's not scoring a whole lot of offense either. 40 points. It's not blow out of the water offense. They move the ball well, so they're not looking to score quickly. They're looking to get the best shot. So they'll move the ball, swing it around the horn, go in, go out, and just have constant off ball movement trying to find the holes. But it's funny that you talk about it because I think this team. When I think of this team, it's kind of similar to when I think of like Salem, but a couple years younger, a little bit younger of a version of Salem, in that Waterloo's defense looks like it is the one carrying this team to a lot of victories, and it's going to be a reason for a lot of, not that their offense is bad or anything. No, their offense is fine, but I think this defense is the strong point of this team because you see it and what we say a lot of great things about Salem, beating girls to the other side of the court, beating them to their spots, out hustling them to spots in transition plays defensively. I mean, you see the same characteristics there on that Waterloo team, and it's very impressive to see on the defensive end because they're so locked down.
I want to go over some final stats in this game, and these are supplied by, in my opinion, one of the great media workers in the area, and he's a colleague and got so much respect for him. He works for the Record Courier, and it is Jonah Rosenblum. I don't know if you've
I see him all the time. We have a good relation. I talk to him all the time. He does a great job.
His work is just top notch. But these are some stats that he was able to share with us. They shot 37% from the floor. Waterloo did. They shot 23% from three, and they shot 37% from the free throw line. So you look at those, and it's like not really great numbers. But it doesn't matter because Rose Couts had 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 steals. And then Kara English had 11 points, 7 steals, 6 rebounds. And Abby Mazer, who I think a lot of people should start talking about as part of that offense. I know it's a lot of Kara English and a lot of Rose Couts, but Mazer's making a name for herself as well. 10.7 rebounds for her, almost a double-double.
And you look at that, Mazer also adds another 3-point threat to Waterloo. Lily Foster may not have many points in a night, but I say, like I'll say too, she might be 4'11", 5 foot tall exactly. I don't know if it's lower center of gravity, but she beats people to balls every single time. She's out there diving on balls. She's beating bigs to it. And I mean, great ball handling too. And she's so quick with it. She is one of those players that really keeps the motor running on everything. And she's one of those unsung heroes that doesn't show up in the box score, but she makes impact on games every single one out.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think that the smaller players, when I go to a game and I see a player that is below average height, like maybe 5'1", 5'2", something like that, I go, we got to watch out for this one because they're going to be feisty. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to be very as physical as possible because you have to have that mentality if you are having that size disadvantage. You have to be able to make up for it with feistiness, aggressiveness, willingly to go. Usually those girls are also the ones that really get all the 50-50 balls. And I'm sure Lily Foster's the same way, diving on the floor, getting every 50-50 ball she possibly can. Because you have to bring that to the game if you don't have the size. It's just, you got to.
And Waterloo's not a tall team at all, but they do a great job rebounding as well, too. Kara English is 5'8", I think she stands at, but does an incredible job boxing out, and she might be one of the most physical and one of the strongest, I think, girls we've seen on our network as far as ripping balls out of bigs' hands too for rebounds, as strength of just far as just post game backing girls down. I mean, she plays. I called it last night. I said I think we need to start using the phrase "grown woman strength" with her because she brings it every single time she goes out on the court.
Okay, now I'd love to talk about this game forever, but we do have other stuff to get to, so we have to move on. Before we do, you got to catch up with Coach Logan Necker and Rose Couts after this big win over McDonald. Let's hear what they had to say in their post-game press conference with you.
Welcome back, everyone, here with the winning coach of tonight's game, Coach Logan Ecker of the Waterloo Lady Vikings. And, Coach, we talked a little bit about this with Rose, but last year, Western Reserve and McDonald were kind of the premier teams in this MVAC Scarlet Division. Already got the Lady Blue Devils of Western Reserve off your back. You get another one off your back here. What do you think that does for this very young team's confidence level, beating these two prolific programs from just a year ago?
It does give us confidence for sure. I mean, obviously, things have changed a little bit roster-wise, both of those, but it does. It gives our kids confidence. We walk into Western Reserve gym or McDonald's comes here, and we know what those guys have represented the past few years, and you got to respect that. And that McDonald played their butts off on the defensive end tonight, so that's a staple for them.
Talking about defense on your end now, I mean, yes, we know the Howards were gone from McDonald. We know Fuletich and that is gone from Western Reserve, but still holding a McDonald team that is usually very good at basketball to 13 points is something to say on your defensive side. How proud are you of the girls? And just talk to me a little bit about what went into the game plan of this one and what was so successful for them tonight against McDonald.
We are really trying to discover who we are and focusing a lot on us. We look at our opponents and see if we can take one or two things away, but just trying to get stronger on some areas. Ball awareness is one, and I think the kids are doing a decent job with that. So we're growing there, but we're really focusing on us as much as we can. That's what we can control, and our effort and energy on the defensive end of things. So
tonight, our player of the game was Rose Couts, and we know how well everyone can move the ball on this one, but she's kind of point guard number one, it seems like, as primary point. Ball goes through her hands a lot. How important has her play and her improvement in her play been for this team early on in the season?
Well, it's you got to have a great point guard if you're gonna play and be successful. And Rose helps us get into things, and I think she's stretching herself and trying to find, and we're encouraging that, trying to find some things for her. But when she's able to initiate things and get Kara in the flow and then find some of our shooters outside, it just helps her confidence. I think that. The way she's growing, I see maturity. Of course, as the coach, I see plenty of things that, we got to fix, but, she's getting there. She's matured every year. She's taken another step and like where we're at.
As you guys got another MVAC opponent in the Sebring Lady Trojans up next on your schedule. Mm-hmm. Obviously, in this MVAC, we know teams are going to be all over the board, but you can never count out any team in this MVAC. So preview this matchup for me if you can.
Sure. Sebring is a team that, again, sounds cliche, but, those kids, they get after it down there, and they like to shoot the basketball. Some nights teams are able to maybe take them out of that a little bit. But anytime you go to the other team's gym, I think that's obviously a plus for them. And I know Sam does a great job working those kids. And, they're growing their program. And I've seen, since we've come into the conference 5 years ago, I've seen them take steps every year. And, they're doing it. They're making progress.
As the Lady Vikings of Waterloo also continue to make progress with another big win here tonight over the McDonald Lady Blue Devils. Next time you want to catch the Lady Vikings of Waterloo will be Monday, December 20th at Sebring. Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
Welcome back, everyone. I am here now with today's player of the game, Rose Couts of the Waterloo Lady Vikings. 19 points, 4 steals on the night, and her player of the game performance. As that is now two teams now. First, Western Reserve, you won by 10 against earlier in the season, and now McDonald. Talk to me a little bit about what that kind of does for the confidence of a team taking out two big opponents from last year.
I think it gave us a lot of confidence boost, especially versus Western Reserve. We always had a tough time against Western Reserve and the height difference and stuff like that, but this year we have like a great advantage in our guard position. And we've been using that to our advantage. And I think after we beat Western Reserve, it gave us a lot of confidence for McDonald. Now that we're beating McDonald, it's going to give us a lot of confidence for Springfield.
And that's obviously a matchup I think everyone all of a sudden got a lot more intrigue for going on later in the season. Talking about this, though, defensively, holding a team like McDonald to 13 points on a game is very impressive from a defensive unit. What do you think that means for you guys as a team that you could kind of lock down some of the area's best offensive scorers?
Um, I think it comes from communication mainly. We always at halftime go in, and the first thing that we do when we come back out is we got to win the first 2 minutes. As long as we set the tone for the first 2 minutes, then it makes us look better for the rest of the game. We always have communications like our biggest thing, and we like to stay tight on defense. We could leave a player open in the corner, and we could leave a player corner in the open corner as long as we move on the balls in the air.
And I mean, I think you guys do a very good job at that as well. And just talk to me a little bit about the work you put in the offseason, because I mean, your play has improved a lot from last year going into this year. What were some things you were focusing on in the offseason, and what are the things you're most excited about seeing actually developing on the court now?
Well, in the offseason, I got a YMCA membership, and we graduated Brooke Waldeck, one of our main scorers, and I knew I was going to have to step it up a lot more. And I put a lot of work in the off season, almost in the gym every single day of the week. So I think it came from a lot of shooting. And I worked with, probably know Kyle Shockley.
Oh, yeah.
He actually trained me in the gym a lot over the off season. So he taught me a lot of moves and driving and stuff like that.
And I think we could see that pretty well too on the court here tonight. Rose, my final question for you, just talking about this Waterloo community, because everyone we talk to about that comes through this, I mean, yeah, we know not the biggest school in the world, but one of the closest knit programs that we see, and you guys support each other really well. What does it mean for you to play under a program like that and a community that is so supportive of you guys all the time?
It's great.
Sounds great. As Rose Couch, the player of the game, 19 points, again, 4 steals here in a winning effort against McDonald. Thank you so much, Rose.
Was Rose Couch with a very entertaining interview, along with Coach Logan Necker after Waterloo's win over McDonald.
Obviously, with the sense of humor and no, gave great answers though. Gave great answers, as she's one of those big engines for that Waterloo team. Looking forward to seeing them future games. But you also had a pretty great game as Tony Kugras. Yeah, happy birthday, Anthony.
Thank you, Tony.
We already knocked on him for being 30 and forgetting some things.
You hit the live button. Oh my! Appreciate you, Mr. Kugras. We love seeing you out at games and been a constant supporter of YSN, so I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I had a good game. South Range kind of the headline I put in the story was got the wind back in their sails, and that's what they kind of did. It was a disappointing loss to Poland, 1-point game. I'm sure they watched the game tape and said we could have won here, we could have won here, we probably could have won here. This is definitely where we could have. There were a lot of opportunities to win that game that just went by the wayside, and I'm sure Coach Blanche looked at that tape and said we could have won by more here, we could have won by more. A lot of teams left some opportunities. Both teams left opportunities on the floor. Poland came away with it, but this team that's young could have used that as a moping, opportunity or taken a minute to bounce back from that. But no, they got right back to work. They beat a very up and coming and talented Hubbard team, and their defense did the work. 33-16, the Raiders got the win.
Yeah, and South Range did a great job of making the adjustments needed in the season to now come out with a win and keep pace now with Poland, and with just the one loss. So I mean, we knew this game was pivotal because South Range loses that one, and we knew it was going to be kind of out of reach then for them.
It was shaky for a minute. It was 16-10 at halftime. Like South Range and Hubbard, they were pretty competitive with each other, but South Range held Hubbard to 6 points in the second half, and were able to score. What's that? 17, right? 16.
I think so. Yeah.
So it's like they didn't have a monster second half, but their defense locked down completely. I believe only one field goal for Hubbard in the second half, a couple of free throws as well, and they couldn't do anything on offense because South Range's defense just locked down completely. They're one of the few teams that plays man defense the whole game, no matter what. They're going to get in your face, press you like crazy. It's hard for some teams that don't see that a lot to deal with it, especially outside the NE8. If you're in the NE8, you're seeing it a lot because teams like Poland will run it a lot, and Girard even has a lot of man, not the whole time, but they'll play man as well. They'll man you up. But you get outside of that NE8 and you start playing teams. There's a lot of zones. I mean, Waterloo has a really good zone defense, but so you don't see a lot of man-to-man anymore in high school girls basketball across the board. So when you're playing South Range, a lot of teams maybe aren't really used to someone being right in their face the whole time, and that ball pressure really got to Hubbard.
Yeah, and it seems like, I mean, defense has been the key to a lot of team success early on in the season, and South Range finally getting some opponents that aren't going to be, I think, state champions in Division I and such. So
Right.
It's definitely helping out a little bit with that too. But I think we're seeing too, it's still a great foundation of defense over there in South Range.
Yeah,
And they continue to build this program back up too after the departure of some senior leaders from last year, I should say.
I think they've realized that they're not going to be lighting the world on fire on the offense. And they know they have to win games with defense. It's the only way they're going to win games. Are they going to hold everyone to 16 points? Probably not. There are some offenses that are going to be able to run some better stuff and be able to score 30, 34, holding at 35. But if they can hold teams, and the whole goal since Fishel has got there has been every team we play, hold them under 40. They have a under 40 board in the locker room, and they get to celebrate after every time they hold someone under 40 points. So that's the goal. I mean, I think that's a winning formula for the Raiders. They have to hold people under 40 consistently.
Yeah, and I mean, it's very similar makeup to Salem. Salem doesn't have an offense that's not necessarily lighting the world on fire either, but they have a lot of success right now early on in the season, and it's on the backs of great defense. So, I mean, it can be done with defense.
I had a chance to talk to Jeff Fishel after the game last night and after the big win for South Range. Let's hear what he had to say in his post-game press conference. Anthony Arbig here with tonight's winning coach, Jeff Fishel of South Range. Bounces back with a win over Hubbard. Coach, not the prettiest basketball in the world from either team, but you'll take the win. Talk about what you saw from your team tonight.
Yeah, it's, again, just another night of elite-level effort from our girls, and they played so hard. From the jump ball to the last whistle, we played our butts off, and that's all we can ask for. The way we play, it's not always going to be pretty, but the way we play hard and the effort we put forth on defense, we held them, I think, to 16 points. So, we won we won the game on a side of the court we needed to win it on, and so awful proud of the girls for executing and doing that.
When you're playing defense like this, it's got to take a lot of pressure off the offense and let you guys have time to find people that want to score and find the offensive rhythm.
Yeah, it does, but it's kind of like in a football game when a defense is getting stop after stop after stop and the offense doesn't score. Sometimes there's a little bit of frustration between the two, and the offenses start to force a little bit, and that happens to us. We get frustrated because we get stops and then we can't turn it into scores. So we need to slow down on offense. We missed a ton of easy shots tonight. Something we're going to really address at practice, figure out something new that we can do to start making some of those easy shots, because hitting a couple of them bunnies that we would usually make a big difference in a tight game like this.
You have a little bit of a break in the league. You're playing Laurel on Saturday and then the holiday tournament after Christmas. What kind of things do you want to see out of this non-conference middle of the schedule to get you guys ready for when you get back in the NE8?
Yeah, we're playing two really good Division II programs, and so looking to really challenge our girls and just get a taste of what a different style of basketball looks like, so that we can get something out of the game and get to practice and work on stuff. And it's a nice stretch for us because we've got 5 league games out of the way now. Learn a lot about ourselves, and so now we've got a couple weeks with some non-conference games and some practices where we can work on what we've seen, and I think really start tweaking just the little things that we need to tweak and turning ourselves into a really good basketball team. This is a win after a tough loss. How proud are you of this younger team to bounce back after a disappointing night on Monday? This is a great group of girls. They're so much fun to be around, and not only is losing to Poland, a mental challenge, it's a physical challenge. You're wore out after those games. And I thought, Tuesday and yesterday were our 2 most fun practices we've had all year. Their attitudes were great, and when they have good attitudes like that, it's funny how they work hard. So really proud of these girls. They bounced right back at practice Tuesday, and they're starting to put something special together. Lexi Diaz, player of the game tonight. We've talked about her out the wazoo. But tonight, she got open a couple of times, and it looked like her eyes got as wide as possible.
finally getting some space. What's it like for her when she finally gets some open looks that she doesn't get a lot of this year?
Yeah, and she's been rushing things a little bit this year just because she's getting double teamed. She's getting everybody's best defender. So sometimes she rushes things. So it's nice to get her some open looks. And, she still did a heck of a job driving the hole tonight. Didn't get some shots to fall, but her being in attack mode really just helps our whole team. So happy for her, and she's been a great leader and set the example on the court for us.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win, and good luck on Saturday against Laurel.
World looks better in burgundy and gold, Anthony. Have a good night.
That was head coach of the South Range Lady Raiders, Jeff Fishel, talking about their win over Hubbard last night. And we go from him to a live interview in the green room with the head coach over at Boardman. We're going to let Brett Green on, and he is going to help us talk about this Boardman Lady Spartan season. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Oh, did Glitch Gremlins attack already?
Kind of cutting out a little bit.
Hold on, let's see. Maybe we got a good spike. We hear any of you now, Coach?
A little bit. I can hear you a little bit.
All right, Ty, why don't you start off the interview? And
Okay. We'll continue that. Okay, Coach, first and foremost, we usually like doing the meet the team, but we've already kind of met some of the team with the big dog and Mackenzie Riccatelli on the team, and there's some big names on this Lady Spartan squad. I just want you to highlight some of the big name performers that you've been very impressed with early season play this year, as well as some girls that have stepped it up that are coming into this lineup as new names this year.
Absolutely. Well, you kind of cut out there, so I'm going to try and pick apart what you said. As far as big names, congratulations to Mackenzie Riccatelli. She started last year as a freshman, grew over the summer. She played, a lot of ball. She continues to work out, weekly and everything else like that. She's a leader for us. We are asking her to score a little bit more this year with, the departure of Reagan Berkey and Katie Stamp as seniors last year. Emma Mills, she's grown a lot, even from, the time, she was a sophomore to last year she grew. And, even this year as a senior, she's, our leading scorer right now. There's some other girls that have stepped up. You've got, some freshmen that are getting some time right now, and we just continue to keep building on that.
Coach, when you look at the growth of this team over the course of the season already, what have you seen from your team as far as growth from week 1 to now?
Hello?
Yeah, Coach, when you talk about the growth of the season and the growth of this team from week 1 to now, what have you seen from your team as far as continuing to grow all year?
Hey, can I try to call back in on my phone? I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I'll call right
back. We will try to get Coach Green back as the Glitch Gremlins, they want to come out for Christmas a little bit.
They show up. We're going to get them out on the phone line, I think, as we do have the phone line as a nice alternative, too, for when Glitch Gremlins like to show up.
First, he's going to try to join on his phone, I think.
Okay. We could try on the phone and see if we can get him on that line. And if not, we can always try to get him to call in, too. Let's see.
Coach, can you hear us better now?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah,
better.
I hear you.
Oh. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and start this over then for you, and we can give this due diligence then. That first question again, yes, I mentioned Mackenzie Riccatelli as one of your big dog candidates for the season, but also I just wanted to say what other big names you've noticed in this early part of the season that have really stepped up and started becoming leaders for you on the team, and as well as some younger players that you've been impressed with early on.
Absolutely, yes. There's our lone senior in Emma Mills. She's been great for us. She boxes out extremely well, rebounds really well as she did last year. Points have gone up significantly. She had a career high of 18 earlier this year. There's been, switching back and forth between Reagan Smith and Bella Martin between starting and coming off the bench, and they've been playing well together. Then we've got some freshmen that have gotten in the games and played well.
Coach, when you look at the growth of this team overall that you've seen from just maybe in the summer or even week one of the season to now, I mean, I know it's a young team, like you said, only one senior. What have you seen as far as growth and development from where they are now compared to where they were when the season started?
There's just adjustments. They're able to make adjustments, and that starts with, even before the season, we lost, one of our key returners in Sam Double with an injury, a leg injury at the end of soccer season. The girls have just been able to adjust and work together and flow.
Talking about this team as well, Coach, I mean, we know you guys playing in that tough AAC conference, albeit it's a small conference, so it allows a lot of out-of-conference games. But just talk to me a little bit about competing in that conference and kind of what the talks are with the girls on what their mentality needs to be competing in a conference that has such tough competition usually year in, year out.
We talk about being in the moment and understanding, time, possession, and not just during basketball, but just where you are throughout your day in life, understanding what it is necessary right now and not worrying about everything, because if you take care of what's right now, you don't have to worry about later.
Coach, last year had to be a tough year to be a first-year head coach with all the stuff that everyone had to deal with COVID-19 and the obstacles. What has it been like coming this year and being able to kind of get the first quote-unquote normal year with this program and establishing your philosophy and trying to build a culture and keep building the culture here at Boardman?
Well, this year is definitely not how you say normal, but again, maybe this is the new normal.
Right.
Even starting out the first game, myself and my wife, who's an assistant coach, we both missed the first game as we both had COVID ourselves. And, we're not the Cleveland Browns. We don't have their issues, but we have injuries and we have people that are not doing well right now as well. So it's just an adjustment. It's just, making sure that the girls are understanding basketball and how to play the game rather than, being robots and set on set plays, because, the game is about making adjustments in the middle of it as well. So.
How influential do you think the Boardman community is in a time like this, and for a young team that's starting to get their feet wet again now after all the seniors got left from last year?
Extremely. It takes a whole community to get a program up and going and to make it actually be successful. I don't know if you remember being in high school and everything that's going on. It's not just what goes on in practice and in the games. You're hearing things from your friends. You're hearing things, at home. It's a lot more stress than some people do remember. And it takes everyone being on the same page and having their back so that, the girls can stay focused and accomplish their goals.
We know that your schedule is tough. It's been tough this whole year. It's going to continue to be tough with the teams you get to play. How have you kind of balanced challenging your girls with also keeping them confident along with, the tough schedule and the results you've had so far?
If you can measure it, or if you can put numbers on it, you can measure it. And we kind of look at like what we're doing and not worry about what the opponents are doing. Like our growth, we watch film and it's like, hey, you did this last week, but look how you've grown already in 2 days, and you don't make that mistake anymore. And, that's where we understand our own successes.
Coach, with all the philosophy and the culture that you're trying to implement, what do you hope these younger girls, by the time they're done with the program, they take away what it means to be a lady Spartan? What do you hope their answer is to that?
To compete, no matter what the situation is, and we talk about that a lot. Not everything is going to be easy. Some people in high school do have things easy. Things are handed to them. They don't have to worry about it. They just kind of cruise through. But it's not going to be like that your entire life. There's going to be a point in time where you're going to be, by yourself. You may not have anyone else, and you're just going to have to stand up and continue to fight until you get what you want.
Coach, we always ask players on what their mentality during a game is and how they go through stuff. But I've watched you on the sideline. You get into it. You sometimes you take that sports jacket off and it's business time. What do you go through during a game day, and what do you go through during a game trying to get your girls in the right positions?
just like, you kind of go off of how your leader is behaving. I talk to our girls a lot about that. I talked to Ava and Mackenzie about their behavior on the court and their demeanor, because I can say what I want, but it really goes off of how they are behaving, how their demeanor is, and how and that will determine the rest of the girls' flow. So I continue to try to understand that how I behave and how I carry myself, that they're going to react certain ways to that. Me and my wife talk a lot about that, just about, our demeanor, our behavior, making sure the girls are focused, not allowing outside factors in when, it's game time.
Coach, preview this matchup tomorrow you got with the Lady Irish of Ursuline and what it's going to take from your girls to get that train rolling and get a win out of this game.
Yeah, so about that, we're actually looking to reschedule our next 2 games. We're going to take the next week or so off, and get healthy, and get back to practice next Thursday. But we've had some, our own health issues, and we're going to take the next 2 games and reschedule those.
Coach, we definitely appreciate
just found out about this, in the last couple hours.
We definitely appreciate that update for sure. Now, when you look at it and you are able to take a little bit of a breath and get healthy and regather, when you get back to it on Thursday, what are going to be some of the key points that you stress? Okay, this is what we're going to try to really get better at the second half of the season.
Having that much time off. One thing is it's just being in game shape. It's just going to be a few days of practice before we go over to Poland. A couple days after Christmas. So not only we're going to have the next few days off, but we'll have Christmas Day off as well. So it's just what do we need to focus on, and that is being in shape and the basics. Like, hey, the ball's in my hands. I'm catching the ball. I'm passing the ball. Finishing at the hoop, and like our very basic plays, not really getting into too many quick hitters.
Coach, I've talked with other coaches around the area about this too, and a lot of people say there's the 2 seasons. There's the tournament time and the regular season, but I've heard a lot of coaches say there's 3. There's before Christmas break and after Christmas break. As players before Christmas break, there's a lot going on in their minds, maybe stressing about certain things, maybe their mind is elsewhere as opposed to after. Do you notice the same thing with teams? Maybe not your team, but maybe teams you've coached prior, or maybe teams you coached against, and where the players' heads are a little bit more clear after the break?
Well, a lot of that is going into actually being in basketball shape. I know myself, and I talk to the girls about this a lot. I never felt really normal until January. You get into it, and you're coming off of whatever sport you were playing in the fall, whether it's volleyball, football. You come into the gym, you're dinging the ball off the backboard. Nothing's going in. You're really just trying to get into shape and get a feel for the game. Then you got Christmas break where you don't have as many games, and all it is practice, and you're fighting with your teammates, and you just want to play anybody. Then you're actually in shape, and now you got January. That's a whole nother season. You're starting to feel yourself, and then you're also starting to get into, it's almost playoff time. So it's a deeper focus around then.
Coach, I want to give you your chance to highlight your coaching staff and the people that help you build this program and make it what it is. Talk about the people behind the scenes that maybe don't get the highlights they deserve when you're talking about Boardman girls basketball.
Oh man, it's so many people, and I don't want to, just leave anyone out. But Jennifer Flores, she is our youth director. Steve Smith works with her as well. They're running our youth programs. We've got so much going on with our youth, and that's the huge thing is trying to build that program up. Our numbers have increased over the last 2 years. We've got 3-on-3 programs, we've got summer programs, we've got travel teams, we've got in-house stuff going on all the time. Our boosters, a lot of them, or all of them, are parents of some of our girls. They help out a lot. They, and that's another thing of just keeping the girls together and keeping that confidence up. There's our administration. Marco's one of the best athletic directors I've ever had, and I've coached in 3 different states. So there's a lot of other people involved as well. So like I said, it takes a community.
Coach, before we let you go, I want to know what your favorite Christmas song is as we get ready for the holiday season.
Oh man.
Putting you on the spot, the tough questions.
You did. Yeah, you really did. Can't think of that right now. Can't think of that
Oh
right
man,
We'll have to get him
now.
back
Hey,
on that one.
wonderful Christmas time. Wonderful Christmas
there you
time.
go.
Yeah, that's a good one. I
That's a
like
good
it.
one.
I like it. Coach, thank you so much for joining us as we will be paying very close attention to the Lady Spartans program when you guys do get back into action next week, I believe you said too. So following week, I believe.
Yeah,
correct?
we're at Poland on the 27th.
Okay, so be able to catch the Lady Spartans next against Poland on the 27th, and I'm sure we will have that on the network in some form or fashion. Thank you so much, Coach.
Hey, thanks, guys. Merry Christmas to you.
You as well. Coach Brett Green of the Lady Spartans as check away on that girls' side of the AAC. I think we might have checked off all of them then. Now
We've
at the
checked
Boardman,
we've checked Howland, we've checked Fitch, we've checked
Canfield. You got Muckle. Yeah. You got Canfield. You got all of Canfield. I think we checked everything. Yeah.
Now, caveat, we didn't get a coach's corner with Muckleroy, but we did get a post-game interview.
You did get post game. So
we're counting it.
Yeah, we've had everyone. I mean, obviously Harding not under the network yet. We would love to get Warren Harding under our network and complete the AAC. But the 4 teams that we do cover in Howland, Fitch, Canfield, and Boardman, check away. We got them all.
And we're gonna check Beaver Local off here in about 10 minutes because Nick Miller's coming on at 1:00. Talk about the Beaver Local boys basketball program with us,
and that would almost complete everyone we have in that conference because then we have Josh Reed of East Liverpool coming on. We had Mark Smith of Edison come on already. So
hey, we got a phone call. This should be fun.
Oh boy.
Hello, this is ysnlive.com.
Lexi Data calling about your Google My Business listing.
It's always that My Business listing, Anthony.
2 weeks in a row.
Important information. From finding you. Press 1 now.
Nice.
You love telemarketers live on the air. But the bad thing is it's not actual telemarketers anymore, so you can't mess with them. It's a recording.
Yeah, I know.
One of my favorite pastimes as a kid, messing with a telemarketer.
Now they're all automated. But right now, yeah, we're chipping away here at the coaches as girls coaches. We're doing really well, and we're gonna keep chipping away for you. We got another one coming up for you here in about 10 minutes.
We can say the update from Boardman that we just got breaking news from Coach Green that the game against Ursuline, and he said their next 2 games. So their game against Ursuline has been postponed. Is not going to happen on Saturday. Boardman will not be back in action until Monday, December 27th at Poland.
And, we love to hear those updates straight from the coaches here as able to break it for us here on Running Point too, is that we know a lot of programs. I mean, we're seeing it in not only just professional, we're seeing it at all levels too. Spikes right now at this time of the year. And you hope no program has to go through too much of it, as we knew it was a big issue last year. So we obviously hope no program has to go down for too long.
Also, want to remind everybody that I had to, in the post-game interview with Jeff Fischel, we previewed the Laurel matchup, found out right after the interview was over that matchup has also been postponed. Laurel dealing with their own health and safety issues. So that game will not be happening on Saturday. So South Range will not be in action until after Christmas. They are hosting their Holiday Hoops tournament on the 28th and 29th.
Did we need to continue through that game too? Did we have to get through any other interviews?
We're done with the interviews because I gave the player of the game Lexi Diaz, and man, she got out of there quick. I don't know if she had stuff to do or but I wasn't sweating. We've already heard from her, so I wasn't gonna chase her down in the hallway and be like, "You got to do an interview with me."
She just tells you, "Go talk to Poland," and walks away. I'd laugh so hard. No, as good thing to hear from Coach Fischel. I was just wondering too, because I knew Coach Green. We had our timings a little. We have to adjust to it a little bit right now because.
You're right. We do have some other final scores to get to. I want to get to those before Nick Miller comes on at 1:00. Poland, they did not struggle at all against Girard, 64-28. They keep a firm hold of first place in the NE8. This is the one you got on me. Struthers with the 46-43 win, close one in Jefferson. Struthers officially on a streak.
Lady Wildcats are one though you have to watch out for. Coach Nieder and then Chloe Nieder on the play. Coach Nieder does a great job with that team, and it's a young team as well, but they're getting there. As Struthers always in that field house, it feels right that they have good basketball teams.
United gets the win over East Palestine, 55-14. Big win for the Eagles.
Flex their muscles there.
Springfield keeps up with the MVAC, holds that top spot, 62-23 over Mineral Ridge. And Jackson Milton does the same thing, what we expect. They are sitting at the top of the MVAC along with Waterloo and Springfield, 56-16. They get the win over Sebring.
When these teams all have to play each other, it's certainly going to be a fun battle.
This is one that we both got wrong. Champion upset. I don't know if you want to call it upset. It might be an upset.
Fans certainly didn't. Fans called it.
61-58. The fans got us. We should have listened. Champion gets a 3-point win over Garfield at home. Maddie Matthews gets 1,000 points, and we'll talk to her off the air and be able to debut that interview on Monday. 64-42. They get the win over Cheney. Congratulations to Maddie Matthews on that 1,000-point game.
Yeah, very, very top honors too. She's number one. She's the first one to break the 1,000-point club this year in basketball season, and there's always props to number one. So congratulations, Maddie Matthews.
This is the game that I got on you to even up the night, and it is Lisbon getting the 52-37 win over Wellsville. Tigers will have to wait at least one more game to try to get that fourth win that has been very hard for them to get in the last what would that be? 6 years. They haven't won more than 3 games since 2015. So
very impressive though, as Lady Tigers continue to try to be competitive, and they were last night. As yeah, you're right. We'll have to continue waiting for that fourth win. I was on the Tiger train. I was feeling the hype on it, but Lisbon does get the better of Wellsville on that night.
So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with Nick Miller, the head coach of Beaver Local Boys Basketball, on Running Point, brought to you by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
For a great vehicle and a great experience, come to Boardman Mitsubishi today. As always, our full lineup of Mitsubishi models comes with a standard 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Boardman Mitsubishi, your hometown Mitsubishi dealer since 1999.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza. We serve it hot.
At Hubbard Chevrolet, Hubbard can help you get the financing you need, regardless of your situation. I'm Tony Page, and I've helped thousands of customers in Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania buy a vehicle. Visit HubbardChevy.com to get pre-approved. Remember, folks, Hubbard can help.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
So that would probably your ratings would go skyrocket.
I know Gary. Gary, our wonderful photographer, is talking with me off the air. He says that he thinks our ratings would skyrocket if he got on the camera because he's just such a snazzy dude.
Is that what it is? Is it Gary Leininger?
Gary Leininger. He's in the pink button-up shirt. He looks fly.
He's just he came in too trying to look fly here before Christmas.
I gotta say, like the work he does, and I'm not blowing smoke because he's right in front of me. It is incomprehensible how important the work he goes out and does is for the YSN brand, because our website would not look nearly as good as it does without the pictures that Gary goes out and takes.
Yeah, we're all about live streaming and live video too, but the pictures that Gary Leininger takes helps out tremendously with the makeup and the look of the site.
You know, we would just be a broadcasting site. We wouldn't have stories. We wouldn't have our graphics. Without the pictures that he's able to take, and the wonderful other photographers that do share their pictures with us. But Gary's the one that's been here since day one taking pictures. So gotta thank him.
Does a fantastic job for us, and we can't thank him enough.
The OG.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we are gonna have Nate Miller any minute now. Come on, the Beaver Local boys basketball coach, gonna be talking with us.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're excited to be talking with Coach Miller, as Nick Miller's going to have a very
Nick Miller
is going to have a very tough matchup here coming up with the Wellsville Tigers, who are sitting at 3-1. So I'm going to be interested to talk about that matchup, as well as just Beaver Local competing with that very tough conference in the Buckeye 8 with basketball. They got that win over Edison, but of course East Liverpool is a very big and real name on that boys side. That's going to be one you're going to have to watch out for. Potters are a great team.
They already have a matchup with them.
Yeah, we know. I'm talking about round 2 with that, as well as I think Coach Miller is popping in as well.
He is. He doesn't have a camera, but we'll pop him on and see if he's audio or if he's having issues. We don't know. Coach, we can hear you.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you, Coach. How are you?
I'm good. I am unable to get the camera rolling. My phone camera is not my friend, apparently.
Sure, okay.
As long as you got audio, Coach, we can at least have a conversation with you.
Okay, great.
So, Coach, first and foremost, I mean, you guys starting off the season 3-2, looking pretty well for early season, obviously for a younger team. Just talk to me a little bit about this team that you got this year. Who are some big names that have stepped up as leaders for you this year, as well as some younger names that you've been impressed with early on in the season?
So our leaders, I'll start with my point guard, Skylar Pappas. He is a 3-year starter. This is his 3rd year in the starting lineup. He is our school record steals holder, and he's a menace on defense. And he did a lot of work in the offseason. He's scoring the ball really well for us. And then also is Ethan Agnew. He was our leading scorer a year ago, and I think he's right around 16 a game through 5 games for us. And then the youth, Austin Klein, I know you guys know him from football season and all the numbers and accolades he racked up there. He's another guy that we're looking to, get us rolling in the scoring column and then use his size and length defensively as a sophomore. If we can get him to be confident scoring the ball, I think in the next couple of years he'll be really, really, really tough.
Coach, when you look at things that you really wanted to establish this year and improve on this year, well, every coach looks at the tape from the year before. What were some things that you kind of wanted to grow in with this team this year and establish this year as fundamentals and building blocks of this program?
Our mentality to move on to the next play. We were in a ton of ball games last year, and at the end of the game, teams would go on a run, and we'd kind of fold. And there were 5 or 6 games where we could have won, and we'd have had 13 wins, and everybody's talking a little bit different about us. So I just want our mentality to remain strong and composed, regardless of what's going on in the game. We got all those lettermen back. My 2 leading scorers are back, and I really like what we're doing. We're starting to gel as a team. We had a couple early hiccups on the road, and hopefully tonight we can pick up our first road win and get things rolling.
How influential is a packed home house at Beaver Local, or how influential is it when that Beaver Local faithful follow you on the road and are there to support you guys for each and every game?
Oh, I think it's crucial. These kids love to get the crowd on their feet and hooting and hollering for them, and it provides an energy that we don't have to provide, I guess, ourselves. But I think tonight will be a good following. Hopefully, get the kids rolling a little bit and excited. And it's a different time now. Last year, we were so accustomed to having nobody in the stands, and you could hear me the whole time. Now we're having to play basketball without me being able to direct traffic with all the commotion and excitement going on. So I think it's really good for us, and it definitely helps us.
Coach, an extension to that question, because not just the students, but we know the whole community of Beaver Local is just a different animal on how they support their kids and how much anytime anyone's on Baird Brothers Big Dog of the Valley, it breaks our servers, and our website thinks that we're under attack because of how many votes we're getting from Beaver Local. Talk about what it's like being a part of this community as a whole and knowing that no matter what you guys are doing, they really do have your back, win or lose.
Yeah, that is always a easy thing to do your job with when you got people that are supporting you regardless of what's going on. The administration is wonderful. They're always asking what they can do to help. How can they make things better? The community, same thing. They're constantly messaging us and letting us know how they think we're doing, and they're always coming down in the stands and talking to me. And it's a great relationship that we all have, and I'm very thankful to be where I am and to be with my alma mater doing this.
What are a couple of coaching philosophies that you like to incorporate into your own game plan, and who do you see yourself modeling your coaching style? Not maybe exactly like, but closely around or close to.
It might be a little funny. I really do respect Nate Conley down at East Liverpool, how he gets his kids rotating on the back sides of different kind of zones and pressures and traps. And that's a lot of what we're doing, I guess, this year is using our speed and athleticism and length kind of in that way. I like to speed the game up and more possessions, more opportunities to score. And, this year gives us an opportunity to do that. Last year we were so young. We kind of played the small, slow game approach. And tried to win games at the end. But this year it's up and down, and the tempo is where we want it to be for my sake. But yeah, that's kind of who I model who I want to be like. I guess he does a great job with his kids. We have a lot of respect for him and their program. And even though they are a rival, they do play basketball the right way, and mimicking that in our own way, I think is going to lead to good things.
A little reverse psychology, complimenting the rivals down there, making them feel
Yeah,
all comfortable.
me and Nate have a great relationship. We communicate a lot, and like I said, we have a ton of respect for them.
We talked to him the other day. A lot of mutual respect on that end as well, Coach. Certainly.
Coach, I do want to ask you about what it's like to have like a rival like East Liverpool, and there aren't too many rivalries in the area that kind of match what it feels like with a Beaver local East Liverpool rivalry. And no matter what sport you're playing in, it means a lot more to the kids, and it means a ton to the communities. What's it like playing in that kind of game?
Oh, that's playoff basketball. Soon as you walk in the gym, the JV games, halftime, the people are filling in, everybody's locked in, and you see kids that you played against, guys that you played against when you were in school or in the stands, and it's definitely a intense environment that I'm glad that we get an opportunity to do it twice a year. Definitely, it prepares us for other games down the road, and like if we could show up, we didn't do a great job this year down there, but going down there and playing good basketball in their field house, it always kind of propels us going into the future, at least from where I stand.
Coach, we know Wellsville always brings tough squads into that EOAC play, and they're never a pushover. Talk to me a little bit about this matchup. We know Wellsville not too far from the Beaver local area, just a drive down the road, more of a local matchup. But talk to me about facing off with the Tigers tonight, and what you're going to need to see from the team to come out with a victory.
Yeah. Again, a lot of respect for Bug Thompson, and he coached against me when I was in school, so I'm familiar with what they do, and they like to get up and down, and they got a couple good ball players in Great House and Brewer. So if we don't contain them, we don't keep them off the boards and out of transition, it's going to be a longer night. So again, I want to kind of get them uncomfortable and get other guys to kind of beat us, I guess, a little bit. But it's always a great game. It's a great environment. Both communities show up, and they're in the stands going nuts. And I'm excited for the opportunity for our guys. They got us twice last year, so we got a little bit of a payback in our hearts and in our minds. So hopefully we can get that done tonight.
Coach, I want to give you the opportunity to kind of highlight your coaching staff, the people that work with you, and the people that really don't get the limelight that they deserve, that make this program what it is.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, my varsity assistant is my dad, so that in itself is a perfect storm, I guess. He keeps me in check, I keep him in check, and he's not afraid to speak his mind about what we should be doing, and that's exactly what I need. My JV coach is Dave Goodman. I played for Coach Goodman. He's another kind of like a fatherly figure in my life, has been for a long time. And he does a great job of giving me what he thinks we should be doing. He does a great job with our JVs. There's been many years where he's won 14, 15 games at the JVs. So I couldn't do things that we're doing without those two. And then my freshman coach is relatively new, Ryan Smith. I played with him in high school. He's been a great friend of mine for most of my life, and we have great relationships, so that helps as well. And then into junior high level, I have Mark Castro, who's been around for about 30 years. He does a great job getting the kids playing basketball, spacing, and running the floor. And then my 8th grade coach is Jared Leiter, who he played for Beaver Local as well, as a couple years behind me. And he does a great job. He was a very good basketball player and kind of turned himself into a player all on his own. So having that guy in your program that's constantly in kids' ears with that kind of mentality is definitely helpful.
Coach, thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy day to join us on Running Point. As, of course, if you want to catch Coach Miller and the Beaver Local Boys basketball team, you can catch them tonight on the network against Wellsville. Get there live if you can, but if you can't, you know where to find them right here on the network. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. And before we let you go, I did this to the last coach, so I have to do it to you. What is your favorite Christmas song before you go?
Oh, man.
I know it's tough. We're putting you on the spot.
I don't know. Maybe I'd have to go with just the classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed.
There you go. Rudolph.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I could rep that one there.
Yeah.
I like it.
You know,
I
red for Beaver Local. There you go.
That's exactly what I was going to say, too, with it. He's got the Beaver Local Red going with it. Thank you, Coach, and good luck in your matchup tonight.
Thanks, guys. You have a great day.
You as well.
Coach Miller from the Beaver Local Boys basketball program joining us on Running Point, and we thank him for his time. And
it was kind of like a phone call that both of us could be on, though. That kind of worked out nicely.
We have our wonderful CEO, DJ Oakley, wanting to get on the airways. DJ, how you doing today?
I'm great, Anthony. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm 30, and I'm feeling it already.
I heard that it's somebody's birthday here, so we wanted to make sure that we give you a little bit of a thank you for all that you do. Just a little token of our appreciation. Naturally, we owe you so much more, but happy 30th birthday. So in order to celebrate correctly with you, the 6-pack that only you can have is the Mountain Dew,
Yes.
of course, right? Because that's what you do.
It's my elixir.
No pun intended. And then we got you your very own Pizza Joe's cheese pizza.
Awesome.
Nothing but cheese.
Nothing but cheese.
Like the 5-year-old you really are at heart. And of course, we got you because you're so picky in eating. We got you your very own cupcakes, vanilla cupcakes with vanilla frosting with sprinkles because you're a winner, Jimmy.
We got the Kevin McAllister special, Anthony.
Exactly.
Yeah. All you're missing is Marv. All right. So tonight, make sure that you keep all the lights on in your house and you put Michael Jordan dance around the Christmas tree.
Bring him over.
But in all seriousness, we love you. We appreciate you. Everything that you've done. Happy birthday. I remember my 30th birthday was one of the best that I've ever had. And I hope this one brings you all the joy and happiness that 30 can bring. Because like we said, 20s are for learning, 30s are for earning, 40s are for burning, baby.
Absolutely. Let's keep going.
Happy birthday.
Thank you
See
so
you, Ty.
much.
See ya. Of course, happy birthday to Anthony, giving him a little bit of jest early on in the show, and had an interesting start to the show for his birthday.
I did.
But nonetheless, of course, we say happy birthday to you, Anthony, and we thank you for all the work you do as helping me, and of course, being one of the flag bearers in bringing on this new era of Running Point. And we've had some learning curves early on in the season, but I think we're finally getting this train rolling on the right tracks, and I don't think anybody's ready for it right now.
I appreciate everything that you do for me, because I can't do this show without you. Just like you just said we couldn't do it without me. We're 50-50. That's what we've always preached about this show. It's as much yours as it is mine. So I couldn't do it without you, buddy. We appreciate you, and I'm definitely going to get over there on our next commercial break and check out good smelling cheese pizza. I get made fun. I am super like if you don't know this about me, I am like the pickiest picky person that you can possibly meet. I will not eat mashed potatoes unless they are smooth.
Oh my god! So maybe Anthony's not the best to judge concession stands at these places.
No, wait, because concession stands are easy. It's candy and it's popcorn. You can't do that wrong. And cotton candy and chips. Like, come on.
I think Louisville will beg to differ.
Yeah, Louisville's like, here's some wedding soup. And
Louisville's like, I got you with the meal.
They get fancy. I am a sucker for pasta, though.
Do I see myself in an older age just doing concession reviews probably down the road for YSN? I'm just, once I'm over the whole announcing, I'm in my retirement years. I'm just reviewing, going to basketball games, reviewing.
One bite, that's the rules.
Yeah, one bite rule.
Should I go do the one bite with Pizza Joe's? One bite, you know the rules.
Well, you talk about one bite. We got 33 picks to make for basketball over the course of tonight and tomorrow. So we got to figure out, do we want to take a break before then and then come back with our picks over the weekend?
I got a text from Quinn. I want to make sure this isn't breaking news. No, it's not.
One thing I do want to mention too, and I want to see if we can get confirmation on it. I was seeing, I don't know if this game on our glance, we have Beaver Local at Wellsville for 7, but I'm also seeing 6 p.m. as a start time. So I'm getting conflicting start times. I'd like to get a confirmation on that for anybody looking to get out to that game or find it on our network, because it is supposed to be live tonight. But on our thing, it said 7, but on the one schedule I'm seeing for Beaver Local, it said 6, but it could be wrong.
We will definitely do some digging and make sure that
we're going to do some digging on that. I just wanted to get that one out there to make sure that we're actively checking on it, because we know games are constantly changing too. I kind of had that happen with me at Waterloo, because I thought last night, I mean, full disclosure, thought the game started at 7. I was about 5:10. I'm sitting at my house. Thankfully, I'm only about 15 minutes from the school, but I was like, oh boy, I saw it. I looked down a different schedule, saw 6, and was like, oh boy.
And then I was told last night that'll be the especially for home games going forward.
That's
Waterloo, it's pretty much 6.
Yep,
So
it'll
you
be
know for the future.
going forward for Waterloo. So that is a great job reminding too. Full disclosure on that as well. All Waterloo girls games are 6 o'clock starts.
And we want to remind people of Boardman versus Ursuline tomorrow has been postponed, as well as South Range versus Laurel. 2 games that were supposed to be going on tomorrow, as well as McDonald versus Garfield. That game, we got a text from Coach Kohler this morning. That game has been postponed as well.
Yeah, as we expect a lot of games to be moving. Obviously, you to stay tuned to the network for any updates on games that we will have or not have, and what that usually means too. And we've actually done a fantastic job of covering a good majority of the games we have available to us to cover on the network each and every night. But with cancellations, sometimes that means games get picked up elsewhere. So always stay tuned to the network. You never know if a game or a team's going to appear on ysnlive.com in place of a canceled or a postponed game.
So let's take our break and then be back with our 33 picks.
Oh boy,
for tonight and tomorrow.
You get the pick or defer, because we tied, and alternating possessions. Last time it went me, so this time it's yours. So you get pick of first pick or deferring it to me. So
tough ball.
Yep, we got jump ball. You got alternating possession win. So
what a
arrow pointing Anthony's way, and it's his birthday. Look at that. There's your birthday gift.
The biggest gift was the Chiefs overtime win last night.
Yeah, they did come through pretty big for you. Travis Kelce made sure he delivered one for you, and you didn't even wear his jersey.
I don't. Full disclosure, I have not yet acquired a Travis Kelce jersey. My mom
That's a birthday idea for anybody out there. Get Anthony a Travis Kelce jersey.
Hey, I'm not saying that I'm not mooching for birthday presents, but all right, we're gonna take a break, and this is Running Point, brought to you by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online,
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
on social media, and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Jimmy Sutman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
And this is Running Point on ysnlive.com, brought to you by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austin. We're on a Friday edition, and Ty, you know what Fridays mean. They mean that we have a lot to pick because we have to pick tonight's games and Saturday's games that are going on. But, you know, we usually have a rule that we don't eat on the air, and I couldn't leave the pizza by our wonderful friends over at Pizza Joe's. It was just so lonely over there.
You couldn't let it get cold. It's a birthday exception. And does that mean you're deferring?
Yeah, defer. No,
are we going off of just our schedule?
Yeah, because unfortunately, with getting ready, the post game interviews ready, and some other stuff this morning, the fan poll as it will be up. You can pick them. We'd love to see what you have. I'll put it up after the show, but it wasn't up before the show went live, unfortunately. So I'm still going to put them up. Still going to make sure that you guys can be heard and your votes can be had. And a lot of coaches have asked me during games, which is crazy to me. Where are we on the fan poll? They want to know what the coaches want to know what you guys think as much as me and Ty do. So the fan poll will be up today, and I'll put one up tomorrow for tomorrow's games to see what you guys think. But let's start with our schedule. And tonight, first on the list,
Poland and Struthers, I think, to start. Nothing easy.
Ooh, yeah, that's yours. Good luck.
By the way, too, Wellsville and Beaver Local 7 p.m. start time. That's confirmed at least by Beaver Local's Twitter and by their site too. So I'm gonna go off of the 7 p.m. start time we got from both of those too, because I also saw a 7:30 and a 6 p.m. conflicting start time on other schedules. So we're going 7 p.m. strong.
This is a 6:45 start time in Struthers, and Bob Zanny will have the call in the field house. Struthers has looked pretty good the last couple games.
They have, and I'm going to continue to roll with them because until you knock them off, you got to go with them. I know Poland is ranked right now. I know Poland looks tough. I know Christian Colosimo and the Bulldogs are going to be tough, but in my philosophy, until someone knocks Struthers off, I'm going Wildcats.
Oh, my God. You know what? I'm going to split with you this one. I'm up 4. I can afford to take some risks. Poland is undermanned. I know they are. They've had some tough challenges, but man, they just continue to prove that they can find ways to win without some of their players on the floor. I'm very impressed with what they're doing. I think Coach Fender, if he can get a very successful season out of what he has right now and the struggles that he's had, especially early, he's my early pick for Coach of the Year. Because, like I said, he expected coming in with 5 guys that aren't really there right now, either injured or just unavailable. So I think he's doing a great job. I'm going to pick Poland to get this win.
It'll be an interesting matchup as that one, I think, tips off our games here tonight as no game starts before 7 p.m. until that one. So you could actually get a little bit of a 15-minute preview in on Struthers and Poland before all your 7 p.m. games step off. And that's going to be a good one for any 8 games. So be sure to tune into
if you don't mind just prompting this one and running through the schedule for me. I know I usually take care of it, but my hands are kind of busy.
No, you're fine.
Awesome.
Next one up. It's our newly acquired team in Badger going to Heartland Christian to visit Josh Scott and the Lions.
This is interesting.
Noah Doty's got the call on this one, 7 p.m. start time.
You know, I picked against Heartland on Wednesday. It didn't work out for me. I know Badger has size. I don't know if size is necessarily all you need to stop Heartland Christian. It's in Heartland?
Yes, sir.
I see now. I'm strategizing who I think you're gonna pick.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking, and
this is not one I want to split with you right now. And I hope you won't just split with me just to spite me, just to do it. But I'm gonna go with Heartland.
Just thinking about the games that both Heartland and Badger have played. I'm thinking about the 2 that I know Badger's played Camel, though. And that obviously means something. Looking at the competition. Oh, that's tough because if you would have asked me this about a week ago, I probably would have said Badger hands down. But Heartland beating Lowville before Lowville beat Camel is kind of it speaks something. There's a lot of potential to split on tonight's, and I can't split on this one. I can't take the risk. I could go utter chaos. I gotta go Heartland. I'll go Heartland. Give me Josh Scott and Heartland Christian tonight. I was teetering, Badger. I really wanted you because of the size differential, but I'm picking Heartland purely because the Lion faithful are behind them. So I'm gonna go Heartland Christian tonight. Next up, it's my first pick. Beaver Local at Wellsville, like we just talked about, 7 p.m. start time. Boy, none of these games get any easier either, Anthony, by the way. Let me just tell you. Beaver Local at Wellsville. Coy will have the call tonight at Wellsville. You know, I think I love what Coach Miller's doing with Beaver Local. I love that they're trending upwards right now, and I think they can go in and beat Wellsville. But until they prove that they can, I'm going to roll with the Tigers tonight. Give me Wellsville.
Now you put me in a bad position because I either have to let the show sweep against Beaver Local after we just had the coach on, or I have to take a split with you and risk it the biscuit.
Risk it for the biscuit. It's possible. This one seems a lot. I mean, Beaver Local's 3-2, Wellsville's 3-1. I'm purely going off of just trends, but trends are meant to be broken. I'm just going until it gets broken. So I'm going with the trend of Wellsville's been on top of this matchup the last few times. So until Beaver Local breaks that trend, give me the Tigers.
Nick Miller's never going to come on this show again because I'm going to pick Wellsville too.
He's trying to keep pace. I think Nick Miller will come on the show. I think if Nick Miller comes out with a victory, we'll bring him on the show again just so he can tell us to shut up.
Put it right in their face.
Yeah, just so he can tell us to shut up. Buddy, you don't got an easy pick at all. You got Boardman at Louisville tonight.
Oh, God.
As Bob Burek has the call. I told you these picks aren't easy. Not a single one of them.
I don't know if Boardman still has their complete lineup because they didn't on Saturday. And I don't think they did on Tuesday against Uniontown Lake. And
because Fitch though, Fitch did make Louisville look beatable though.
Because I just don't know, I have to pick Louisville in this game. I might be wrong. Boardman might come out with all their starters back and win this game, but because I know there's so much uncertainty, I gotta kind of pick Louisville. Will Aljancic's on some kind of path right now.
He is. I know. I saw him, and I know
you saw him. Richie saw him. I've seen him. He's
Siegfried is on a path with these boys too.
How about the coaches in this matchup?
Oh, I know. They're great coaches. Great.
Pat Birch going up against one of the more seasoned and veteran coaches in Louisville history, going for the most wins in Louisville's program history this year. Not tonight, but this season.
This is so tough because if I know Boardman has a healthy roster, it's hard for me to go against an AAC conference brethren hit it in the Spartans. Louisville at home is a different animal, though, with the fans that show up, and they're going to pack that house, and they're going to be so loud. Boardman has great fans. They do. I just wonder how many of them are going to travel and pack that other side. I hope there would be a lot tonight on a Friday night. I hope that gym's rocking. Louisville's a different animal at home. I got to pick and choose my battles on the ones I split with you. I can't afford to do too many splits on this one. I got to be smart about it. I got to go Louisville on this one as well. Next one, this one is going to be pretty tough as well, I think, especially for that boys side. Brookfield at Liberty. Alec Caberna with the call tonight. This one again is going to be uniquely competitive, I think, in ways that. Oh man, I'm just looking at this schedule. There's not easy picks down it. I rolled with the Leopards before, and they've got me a win over you. I'm gonna roll with them. I'm gonna roll with them again. Give me the Liberty Leopards tonight at home.
Well, they won't get you a win over me tonight because I am going to pick Liberty. And this one, I didn't have to think too much about it. I mean, Liberty looked really impressive on Tuesday. I think they're balanced. I think they play really good defense. And I think they'll get this win over a Brookfield team that has kind of been inconsistent this year.
Next one, again, not easy and no rest for the weary.
Just a shocker.
Camel Memorial at Garfield to face the G-Men.
Camel.
Yeah, give me Camel in this one as well.
Their offense had that one hiccup in Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, but they look like they got right back on the horse on Tuesday.
Garfield can do it if they control the glass and if they can bully their way inside. Anthony Dema does a great job, and if they're able to feed inside outside, I think they have a great chance. But like you said, aside from that one hiccup, Camels look good, so I'm going to go Red Devils as well. My first pick in this one, Champion at Crestview. Larry Scragg will have the call. Oh man,
this one's really difficult.
I mean, no kidding. Like every single game on this. On the board,
lost close games to good teams. So
exactly. I mean, Crestview's record does not correctly justify how good they've played this year. But you look at Champion, they're 3-2, and Champion has not been playing bad at all. And I'm trying to think of these opponents. Pie Valley is a big win. Close loss to Newton Falls. Close loss to But it's at Crestview though. That's the part that's always it's tough to win in Crestview. It's tough to go and beat the Rebels at home. Oh man. Give came close to Heartland. That came close in a lot of games. Oh man. Crestview at home. Give me Crestview.
All right, so now I'm talking myself through this one too because
you want to go with the. I'm not going to let the record dictate my opinion on this one. I think Crestview at home has the chance. I'm gonna go Crestview on it. I'm gonna go Crestview just because of
all these scores wash away. I forget what Champion did on Tuesday. I feel terrible because I should remember all these because I'm posting all of them. But I know Champion Girls just got the 3-point win. I feel like Champion Boys won on Tuesday. I know they got the. Let me see. I'm gonna go look. Hold on.
You're allowed.
Look through our archives. Let's see, Western Reserve, Louisville, Springfield. Did they even play on Tuesdays? I feel so terrible. This is embarrassing. I don't think they did play on Tuesday. That's why I don't remember. They either didn't play or they weren't on our schedule. So I'm going to go with Crestview. I'm not going to split. Crestview wins at home.
All right. And he's going to play it safe. I respect.
I feel like there are some other splittable games.
Oh, there are.
You got to pick and choose.
You're up next, buddy. Ian O'Brien has the call on this. Columbiana at Valley Christian. You clipper clapping or you flying with the Eagles on this one?
Nah, it's my bit. I'm going to do the clipper clap.
You're clipper clapping. I'm going to clipper clap with you this time. I think Columbiana, might be able to pull it off. But Valley Christian, again, Joey Batista, John Trell Mixon, if they could control the boards and they can get their shots to fall inside, they make life very hard on teams. We'll see how Valley Christian fares tonight at home. Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy at Cheney tonight. Not this one, not on the network, but it is happening. Yeah, give me the Cowboys. I'll roll Cowboys in this one at home. I think Cowboys with the competition they've been facing, I think they could pull off the victory.
I was expecting you to mull that one over a little bit more.
No, I'm sorry. No, I wasn't. I wasn't. I think Cuyahoga Valley losing. I mean, they lost close ones to both Nordonia and Woodridge, which I get that. Beating Fairless close, beating Triway close, and beating NDCL by a lot. But I think this is a Cheney team, 5-2 competition they face. They've looked really good. I think I got to go with the Cowboys in this one.
I'll take Cheney too. I don't know enough about CVCA, what kind of basketball they bring. It'll be a tough game, but I'm going to pick Cheney.
You got a tough game next as well. No shocker. Girard at Jefferson. Again, not on the network, but is happening as.
Not tough for me. I'm all Girard. They've proven a lot to me in the last couple of weeks. They're hot right now. I say they keep the streak going. I know Jefferson, they definitely put on a show against South Range, but it was really a one-man band. It was Bobby Ray scoring 32, the rest of their team scoring 36. I believe in Girard right now.
Yeah, I'll go Gus Johnson and the Indians as well on the road victory. I'll go Girard with you. Next up, it's Masucci, Anthony Masucci and the Halland Tigers going on to face Terrence Pinky and the Ursuline Irish tonight with Jamie Thompson on the call. It's Coach Boobin's Tigers versus Coach Gunther's Irish, and boy, oh boy, am I torn in this one because Ursuline comes away with some big victories because the Irish, like I said, they're a team that gets better with age, like a fine wine throughout the season. That's how Coach Gunther does it. But Halland and Anthony Masucci, these are cats, but they've been dogs this whole season. They've been playing like dogs this whole season too. looking really good. Power ranked, I believe.
Are
the boys' side?
Yeah. Are you? Yeah, they're ranked.
I was gonna say I thought they were.
Mm-hmm. Are you a fine wine? How about that? Are you a wine connoisseur?
Am I a wine? No, I'm not a wine connoisseur.
You go with your little goblet. Yes, I believe this is a Pinot Grigio. In the year of 1880, it tastes very good.
I think though, I'm gonna go with. I'll go with Howland in this one.
Mr. Bartel, I'm going to split with you, and here's why. The way that Ursuline looked on Tuesday against Canfield, that looked like a team that put things together. Like that was impressive. I might be like a prisoner of the moment right now because obviously before that, Ursuline didn't look fantastic, but that game was enough for me to believe in them winning at home tonight.
I know they looked impressive in beating Canfield, but I don't know this Howland team, with the exception of Cheney, they've looked really good. 2
splits for us now. I gotta keep track.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we'll go through it at the end too and figure it out.
But that's strategy. I have to know how many I've already done before I do another one.
I think that's actually. Is that 2 or 3?
I think it's 2. I think we split on like the first one.
We split on Poland Struthers.
And then I mulled one over, but said I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I don't think we split on any other ones, no.
All right, next. Is it your first pick?
It's your first pick, and it is Jackson Milton at Sebring.
Oh. Sebring has been sneakily good this year. Like they've been getting wins.
Sebring can sneak up on you, especially being
Coach Knepp's doing a good job.
He is doing a really good job with them.
Jackson Milton, they obviously looked really good against Heartland, but then you see scores like 61-22. They're young still. I still believe in Coach Procopio, so I'm going to go with Jackson Milton.
Yeah, I was going to go Coach Procopio and the Blue Jays tonight as well. Give me Jackson Milton. Up next, my first pick, Lakeview at South Range, and Lakeview students making the trek to South Range, I believe, to make the call on this one tonight. This one should be interesting boys action. Lakeview's been impressing me, though, and I think Lakeview, I know South Range has been competitive, but not being able to pull out the close ones has been concerning for me, and not being able to finish games has been concerning. Lakeview has finished some games this season, and for that reason, I'm going with Lakeview. Hold on. Yeah, Lakeview students has the call. Yep.
I always anticipate you to talk more and take an extra bite, or maybe it's just me being hungry. This is hard because my heart is definitely with South Range. Everyone knows it. I'm a South Range alum. Love the Raiders to death. And eventually they're going to get their first win because they're too well coached. They're too good on defense to not get their first win. I'm going to say it's tonight.
Okay.
Maybe me not being there in the gym will give them some mojo.
Maybe. We'll see.
Go Raiders.
Latonia at Lisbon. Rick Daly with the call tonight. It's your first pick.
Latonia at Lisbon. Give me the Blue Devils.
I'll go Blue Devils right there with you. Lowville at Western Reserve. This one was got a lot more questionable after Western Reserve with that close victory over Waterloo. 72-71 in overtime. Looking really impressive. Blue Devils also looked impressive against Southeast. Just couldn't pull that one off. Lowville, on the other hand, got that big win over power-ranked Camel. Give Aaron Moser with the call on this one as well. On the road, it's going to be tough. I just think Lucente was such a huge factor. I got to go Lowville in this one. I'm going to go The Rockets, give me Coach Olson. Give me that size of Lucente down low. And if they're clipping on the outside, if Banovsky's hitting, I think this is a team that's going to continue to roll. Give me the Rockets.
I'm not going to split with you here. Give me Louisville as well.
Your first pick, Mogador at Warren JFK. Our owner, DJ Yoakley, with the call on that one.
JFK, I wanted them to look better on Tuesday. But obviously it was their first game. I don't know how much they can put together between now and then. Mogador is a really good team. I hate to pick against the Banner, I really do. But I'm going to go with Mogador. I think JFK will put it together. I think they'll be a great team at the end of the season. I just think second game of the year against this kind of team, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I can't pick against Mogador in this one. I'm going to go with them as well. Newton Falls at LeBray. Brian Oatridge with the call. My first pick on this one. Boy, oh boy, is this one going to be.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
LeBray, correct me if I'm wrong. LeBray looked pretty good in the other game.
They got Aiden Stevens back in the lineup, and he put on a show.
Yeah.
And they beat Garfield.
I'm gonna go with LeBray at home for that reason too. If I thought I was correct on if my thoughts were correct that everything was back and they were running normally over there, Viking country. Yeah, I'm gonna go with LeBray on this one as well. Newton Falls though did get that impressive win over Wyndham in Rocket Mortgage, and that made me think.
I don't want to take anything away from Newton Falls. Great win. The next score win. I feel like something's going on in Bomber country that we don't know about.
Yeah, there's some probably issues going on internally.
Maybe
so,
they have some starters not playing or
yeah,
something, because that's just not the team that we saw early in the season, especially in the games that you were able to call.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Next game on the network. Oh, wait, did you pick LeBray as well?
I did pick LeBray.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure you got your pick in. Your first pick, Niles at Hubbard, as the Hubbard student's going to cover this one for us.
Give me Niles.
Yeah, I'll roll with Red Dragons as well in this one. I think Niles has looked pretty good in a lot of their games. I got Southern at East Palestine. Tim Figley with the call.
This is the East Palestine with their first win in over 2 years on Tuesday. Yeah, that's a lot of wind in your sails.
It's a lot of wind in your sails, but that's going up against a Southern team that's not been a bad program at all either. I'm going to maul this one. Because if I'm correct, I don't think Southern's doing that bad this year. I barely keep up with Southern. I try to keep up with them just for the sake that they're in that conference. But I got to figure, oh, man, though. It did start off, what are their opponents were Wellsville United. Oh, boy. What a day we have for picks here, Ant.
We're running out of time. We got.
I'm gonna go.
I know they're all tough.
Give me
the clock, and it was like, oh, we have 12 minutes.
Give me Southern.
Give me Southern as well.
All right, your first pick. We're gonna go quick. Springfield at Mineral Ridge.
Tigers all the way. This one's easy.
Give me Springfield. My first pick, Warren G. Harding at East Liverpool. Rock the banner. Give me Liverpool.
Rock the banner. Give me Liverpool. I hate to echo, but it's what it's going to be.
Oh, man. Waterloo at McDonald. Your first pick. I'm on the call for it.
Give me Waterloo.
You made it easier for me to go Sweethearts, but oh no, I can't. I don't know. I can't. I got to go with my man, Jimmy Francischelli at home. 60-40 rule on that. Give me McDonald at home. I love you, Waterloo, but I got to go with my mans tonight.
He just sidesteps his Sweetheart.
United.
Waterloo. Tyler's got a sidekick, and his name is McDonald.
United at Salem. DJ Yoakley, pick on Saturday. This is girls action.
Oh, so we're on Saturday now. Okay.
Yeah.
Girls action, United at Salem. Give me the Quakers. I think their defense is going to be too much.
1:30 p.m. start time. I take Salem as well. 12 p.m. start time. Chippewa at Western Reserve girls basketball.
Give me Doylestown, Chippewa.
Yeah, I'll go Chippewa as well. Not on the network, but it is happening at noon. 2:30 p.m. Fitch girls at Mooney girls. Round 2. Alec Caberna with the call. 2:30 p.m. at Mooney.
How much can Fitch change? It was a competitive game, but it really was. I mean, they had a really good fourth quarter. But for the most part,
Zeta Creaky shoot better because Zeta Creaky obviously didn't have the greatest shooting night against Mooney. And
but then was that because Mooney's defense was on her, or because he just had a bad night?
She was open. She was open in some shots. It wasn't her night that night, I feel. But
you know what? I'll take Mooney.
Yeah, I'll take Mooney at home just because it's at home as well. I can't afford too many splits here. Howland at Cheney. My first pick, girls action. I can't go against what the Tigers are doing. Give me Howland.
Sorry, Cheney. This is just quick. Tigers.
Ursuline at Boardman. 2:30 p.m. start time. This one is on the network. Noah Doty with the
It's
call.
not happening. Remember. Coach Green.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. That one was green. I was going through quickly. Good call.
Laurel South Range. Skip that one, too.
Yep. Laurel South Range is not happening. Correct on that one. Catholic Central at Edison. School's going to have that one at 1:30 p.m.
Catholic Central. So that's not Canton Central Catholic.
I don't believe so.
Give me Edison. I don't
Let me roll with the Lady Cats as well. Boys basketball action now. 4 games. 2:30 p.m. start time. My first pick, Valley Christian at Liberty. Ian O'Brien with the call. Give me Liberty.
Give me Liberty.
All right, we're going with Liberty. Catholic Central at Edison. Boys action now, Anthony.
This one, I'm sorry. I think Edison's having a really struggle year on the boys' side. So I'm going to go with Catholic Central.
I'll go with Catholic Central with you as well. As my first pick on this one, 7 p.m. start time, Jefferson County Christian at East Palestine.
Boys, right?
Yes. Sure, Jefferson County Christian. I'll split there. If you're going to go Palestine.
I'll go East Palestine.
I don't know much about Jefferson County. They didn't look good. You know what? I'll go the network. You know what? Since I don't know much about them, I should probably just stick with the network. That's probably a safe rule. I think I've done that before, and it's never worked out for me. Let me go Palestine with the network. And then I don't get any easier with Canfield at West Branch. That's there. Jeez, that's no. Oh wait, no. I guess technically it is your first pick though.
It is. But I'm going to go with West Branch. They're on a roll. They're undefeated.
Undefeated, yeah, that's a good reason. So we'll have to go West Branch. Want me to run through these picks real quickly?
Sure.
Okay.
I think we split on 5, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Poland at Struthers. We split. You go Poland, I'll go Struthers.
Yep.
Badger at Heartland. This is boys games on Friday night. Both go
Heartland. Both pick Heartland.
Yep. Beaver Local at Wellsville. We're both on Wellsville. Boys action.
Yep.
Boardman at Louisville. We are both going Louisville.
Right.
Brookfield at Liberty. We both go Liberty.
Yep.
Camel at Garfield. We're going Camel.
Yep.
Okay. Champion at Crestview. You're going Champion. I'm going Crestview.
Yep.
Or we're both going Crestview.
No, we both picked Crestview. Sorry.
Both go Crestview. Okay. Columbiana at Valley Christian. We're both Clipper clapping away.
Yep.
CVCA at Cheney. We're riding the banner with Cheney.
Yep.
Girard at Jefferson. We're going with Gus Johnson, Big Dog, and the Indians.
Yep.
Howland at Ursuline. I went Howland. You went Ursuline. I might do the first one. Put it in reverse. I'm going Keith Gunther and the Irish. I'm making it.
You're not splitting.
I'm not splitting. I have to go Irish on that one.
Right.
You got me convinced when you talked about that Canfield win and how they were playing. I'm going Irish on it.
How bad are you going to be if they lose?
Yeah, I am going to be mad at me. You convinced me. Jackson Milton at Sebring. We're going Coach Procopio and the Blue Jays.
Yep.
Lakeview at South Range. I'm going Lakeview. You think South Range puts it together tonight?
Yep.
Okay. Leetonia at Lisbon. We're both going Lisbon.
Yep.
Lovo at Western Reserve. We're both with the Rockets.
You got it.
Mogador at JFK. Both on Mogador.
Yep.
Newton Falls at LeBray. Both LeBray.
Yep.
Niles Hubbard, we're both on Niles. Southern East Palestine, both on Southern. Springfield Mineral Ridge, both on Springfield. Warren Harding at Liverpool, we're both on East Liverpool's train. Waterloo at McDonald.
We split. I picked Waterloo.
You went Waterloo, I went McDonald. Then go into Saturday action. United at Salem, both with the Quakers. Chippewa at Western Reserve, we both went Chippewa. 2:30 p.m. start time. Fitch at Mooney. We both went Mooney. Ursuline at Boardman. We both not happening. Howland at Cheney. We both went Howland. Laurel at South Range. Not happening. Catholic Central at Edison. We both went Edison. Boys basketball action now on Saturday. 2:30 p.m. Valley Christian at Liberty. We both went Liberty. Canfield at West Branch. We both go West Branch. Jefferson County Christian at East Palestine. We both go Palestine. And Catholic Central at Edison. We both go Catholic Central.
Yep.
And that will do it for our picks here on a Friday edition for Friday, Saturday. Anthony and I'm 4 picks under Anthony, and I split with him on Poland Struthers tonight, as well as what were the other ones? We split on 2 others, right? Lakeview and South Range.
Yep.
Waterloo and McDonald.
Right.
And I think just those 3, right? I don't think we picked, or was there a 4th one?
Yep, those 3.
So I could come back within 1 tonight. I could come all the way back.
Strategically did not give up my lead.
You almost could have. I did switch late from Ursuline.
Yeah, right. We had 4, but you're gonna be mad because you texted me a couple of days ago. You're like, I'm gonna go with my gut from now on, and you didn't go with your gut this time.
I didn't go with it on this time. I know, not on that one at least. I don't know.
You're gonna kick yourself.
I know. I will. You're gonna. I can't change it now. Though.
I'm gonna laugh.
Won't change. It's over.
It's over.
It's locked in. But with that, that'll do it on our Friday edition. Of course, be sure to tune in to the network, as I believe we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think you're right. 11, 12, 13. 19 confirmed games on the network today, and we have, I believe, 8 games on the network tomorrow. So you have all your games, first one starting 6:45 tonight, and then the rest following suit at 7. And then tomorrow we got games starting for you as early as 1:30 p.m. with a couple of girls' games. Move that right into 2 more girls' games and a boys' game starting at 2:30 p.m. with Valley Christian and Liberty, as well as Fitch and Mooney. Ursuline Boardman is canceled. So we have 1 girls' game, 2 games total. Girls and boys at 2:30, 2 games at 1:30, 7 games total, 1 at 4:30, and 2 at 7 on the network. So from 1:30 to 7, we got you covered with basketball on the weekend as well.
Absolutely. And then we're going to take a, 70-hour break. We'll be back on Monday.
70-hour break.
Monday from 12 to 2. Have a wonderful weekend. And next week, we're up until Wednesday, and then we'll take our Christmas break.
See ya.